What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Prince Elias, for another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. What's up, everybody? Glad y'all can join me this morning, especially after a 2 week hiatus. Let's see. Let's see. First off, before we begin, this episode is brought to you by Mutation Station and Lucyland Ball Pythons, the providers of the best feeders, rodents, roaches, insects of various natures for your lizards in the Mid South area. Argue with your mother about that. They are the best, and they also have some dope ball pythons that they breed. Um, Dope pairings and things cooking in the incubator right now, and I can't wait to see those babies hatch and see what they bring to the table. So shout out again to Nikki and Jason from Mutation Station and their daughter Kayla, Lucy Land, Ball Pythons LLC, for sponsoring the channel as always and always supporting me. Life and animal news. Animals are good. Life news, unless you've been hiding under a rock or just have not been on my social media. Last week we had to cancel the show because I fell and broke my ankle. And so I'm in a cast and I have to be in a cast for the next 3 weeks. And then after that, if it healed good enough for the doctor, then I'll be wearing a boot for another 3 weeks. And then I'll have to have physical therapy to help my ailing bones. So that's all the big news so far that I have in life updates. And before I talk to y'all in the comments, because I see that y'all are commenting, Stan and Tiff, we are still rocking with Stan. Unfortunately, his wife's Tiff a couple of weeks ago went to be with the Lord. Her battle with cancer is over. She's no longer in pain, no longer suffering. So she's up in heaven looking down. But Stan still has bills, funeral costs. Y'all know the life things. And we want to be a blessing to him. The auction that we had on both Holly's channel as well as Ken L&K's channel was a success. It was amazing. The turnout was great. I even got a couple of things from the auction, a couple of merchandise and things of that nature and fun stuff. And I will have a vlog on that stuff once I get it. But it's just been, it was a great turnout. And they're going to do another auction tonight. I think it's going to be right before Wiz's Sophisticated Ignorance show, like either 6 or 7 p.m. on Celtic Balls. Celtic Balls is hosting another GoFundMe auction, live auction for Stan. So please come out. Even if you don't buy anything, just come out, show support, comment, be in the chats, show love. And here's the link to his GoFundMe page. So that even if you don't want to buy anything, you don't want to do anything in the auction, you can still donate right here in the bar. You can still donate. Whatever, $5, $1, $10, whatever your heart desires to Stan, and he will get it right away to help that. So R.I.P. Tiff. I know you are missed. The reptile community took a loss and it was a big heartbreak. And I know your husband misses you every day very well. So let's always lift up and love on Stan and be there for him. So let's go ahead and get to the comments. All the early bird people. What up, Keys? Bro, last night's show was epic. 6 hours. Y'all are going crazy. I can't stay up with y'all no more. I cannot. Like when my body woke myself up this morning at 7, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do hair down and then wake up and do my podcast at 9. But it was a great show. It was a great, awesome show. If you missed Hair Down Fridays, please go back and watch Hair Down Fridays last night. It was amazing. Makiana, my sister, what up? Unique Serpents by Maki. Yes, support Maki. Maki also has a podcast every Thursday. at 7 p.m. It's called Story Times with Maki. And this past episode was with Candy from Ohana Scales, our sister Candy. Um, and it was a great show. It was a great show. It was fun. We got to see the escape artist, uh, Gojo, her white Tegu, and it was a great fun time. So if you missed that episode, please go to Unique Surface by Maki, subscribe to her channel, and go watch that episode and all the previous episodes. She has an episode with Bear, and all her episodes, her story times. It's amazing. It's great. It's great. What's Rockabilly? What up? Our boy Rock. He is doing great. He is getting out of the ball python game and focusing more on breeding boas. And I think with the help of his um, current mentor and friend, Boa DNA, I think Rock is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I don't think I know. Rock is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the next 5 years or so. He's coming with that heat, and I can't wait. I can't wait to have a boa in my collection that I can say I got from my brother, Rock on Reptiles. And of course, he has his podcast. He is coming back with Snapes and Vapes soon, and hopefully he could um, interview more boa people because we need that. We need more boa people on podcasting and interviews and stuff like that. So thank you for tapping in, Rock. Thank you for tagging in Maki and Keys. Father Dunn, you already know. Father Dunn. Yes, clear internet. I am at the house shop. I am not at the coffee shop. I'm not at my school campus. I am at home on this Wi-Fi. Got a little fiber internet. And Dundee is another silent assassin. Dundee is picking up some heat. He's been picking up some heat, but he's picking up some heat. And in the next 3, 4, 5 years, when all those animals come up to size and start breeding, he already has one um pair that he's been breeding so far. I hope she goes. I really hope she goes and give you eggs. But Dundee about to have some ball pythons that some guys who's been in the game long will be like, dang, where did Father Don come from with all this? So please check out Father Don, Uptown Exotics. He's been also uploading videos. I think the last video he uploaded, he weighed in his snakes, he weighed them and stuff like that, see their growth. And he also introduced another baby. If you haven't been watching his channel, you've been missing out because Dundee got a new baby that y'all don't know about. Let's see. What's up, everybody? Just trying to run through the comments, make sure I'm not missing nobody before we get started. Roll, Mr. Floppy, roll 50. The Pied Gods. Roll got that heat too. I can't wait. I can't wait till I can be able to look in my racks in my snake room or my snake shed in the future and say, I got a row 50 snake. I got a Unique Serpents by Maki banana over there. I got a Rock on Reptiles bow. I got a Father Dunn snake. I can't wait. I can't wait. We're going to do it big, y'all. We're going to do it big. But anywho's, anybody else who comes in, thank y'all for tapping in. Let's go ahead and get started with what this podcast is about. New music. There's been a bunch of new music lately. There's been a bunch of new music lately in the past 2 weeks. I was supposed to done this episode last week, technically the week before that, but Mother Nature and my old internet was not gonna let that happen. But it worked out. It worked out because more music has dropped, and I was able to review more than just 1 or 2 songs. Because when I first wanted to do this podcast, I only had 2 songs to review, and it was going to be a very short episode. It's going to be like 10 minutes. But now I got a whole list. So let's go ahead and get started with the singles first, because that's easier and take less time. But the singles that has dropped, and then we'll get to the 2 albums 2.5 albums because one is a deluxe. So I'm not going to go through and review the entire album if it's just a deluxe and the original album came out last year in December. But the singles I wanted to talk about was Little Nas X, J. Christ, that came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Ariana Grande's Yes and um, Megan Thee Stallion Hiss, Justin Timberlake's Selfish, and I don't even know if I want to call this a song, but Nicki Minaj's Bigfoot. So let's start with uh, the things I like first, and then we'll go down to we'll worry about that. We'll worry about that. Let's not go to things I like first. Let's go to things that came out first. Okay. The songs that came out first was one Little Nas X, J. Christ, and Ariana Grande's Yes and those both dropped on the same day. And so the Alphabet Gang was happy because the queers they love them so Ariana Grande and we rock with Lil Nas X and so I know you're not a breeder, Maki, but the way your snakes trying, they trying. You might have a oh baby one day. I'm a common banana line pineapple. Yes, yes. The way your bananas are getting freaky on their own without you even tried, we gonna get a banana line pineapple. Just put two balls together and see what happens. Y'all so stupid. Okay, so the first song, Lil Nas X J Christ. Now, I am reviewing this song just like all the songs that I'm talking about. I am reviewing them based on the music themselves. I don't care about the outside controversy. I don't care about his promoting antics and getting the Christians mad, getting the church folks pissed off, saying it's blasphemous, and his TikTok videos and where he like he was drinking communion and but it was alcohol and stuff. He was taking shots, and I don't care about none of that. All I care about is the music. Is it good or not? Now, sometimes the way an artist promote their music can dictate how you feel about the music later on. It might turn you off. It might get you interested. It might make you feel like, let me see what this is about. Or it just might be like, you know what? I don't even feel like listening to that. I don't even want to rock it because he doing too much. So, but I wanted to listen to the music just on its own merit. And my only gripe with Little Nas X and a lot of these young kids is that these songs are way too short. I don't like calling them songs if they 2 minutes. I do not like calling 2 minute and 30-second things songs. And I also feel like this song, unfortunately, and don't get me wrong, I love Lil Nas X, and I will defend that boy as long as I can, um, outside of music. But I will say that I feel like this is one of those songs that was strictly made for TikTok. It was strictly made just to get the 20 to 30-second clips where people can do whatever. The makeup girls, the guys that are in the gym and they got to do a little reel of them doing their bench press and stuff. I feel like this song wasn't even meant to be like, hey, let's hit the Billboard charts. No, this song it was, hey, let's this gonna be fire on TikTok. Like a lot of these new music now. That's how I feel after listening to the track. It's a good song. I will tell you it sonically, the beat, his flows, good. If I was just judging it based on that, great. But I can't just base it off that. Like again, 2 minutes, probably less. Um, and it's over. Like as soon as you get in the groove and you jamming, it's done. Next song. And you like, what? And then, he's just saying the song, he's just saying ad libs. It's just a bunch of ad libs. Like I said, it looks like it was meant for just TikTok. Or reels or whatever shorts. Like it was no thought put in it, which is disappointing. It really is. So I will have to say, um, as much as I love Lil Nas X, and I do love Lil Nas X, I have to give this a 5, y'all. 5 out of 10. It's like the beat is hot. Like when it hits, my shoulders are rocking. I'm in my apartment, cleaning out snake poop and stuff like that, fixing them water. If my Spotify playlist, if it pops on that playlist, my hips get to rocking, my shoulders get to shimmying, and then it's over in a minute. It's like before I get through cleaning out one snake tub, the song is over. So I ain't got time to refresh the water bowls yet, and the song is over. So I have to unfortunately give it a 5 out of 10. For Little Nas X J Christ, I'm not saying it's trash. I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm just saying I can't consider it a song when you can tell it was made strictly for TikTok and it was only a 2 minutes. Brandon, what's up, bro? Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, Brandon, man. I think I think Snake Cinema Podcast is on episode 21, 22 today. And for at least 19 of my episodes, I've been ranting on short songs. uh, oh, yeah. Rod Wade is another one of those. Talented brother. I love Rod Wade. But it's like he give me 8 bars in a hook and that's it. Not even a full 16. Rappers nowadays so lazy, they don't even want to give you a full 16 bars. They don't want to give you 12 bars. They give you 4 bars, a hook, a vibe, and call it a day. So yeah. What's up, Keisha? Thank you for tapping in. Don't blame Keisha. If the podcast was late, don't blame Keisha. That's the backbone of Keys Constrictors, and I love Keisha. I ride with Keisha. And congratulations. This morning they had 10 million subscribers. Keys Constrictor. Congrats. 10 mil. Y'all, y'all doing great. Y'all doing great. Keep it up. Keep it up. Hair down Fridays, balls and things on Wednesdays. I'm proud of y'all. That's family for life. Let's see. Now the next single is Ariana Grande's Yes and I will say before I begin, Ariana Grande has an amazing voice. Her vocals is amazing, and I can't wait to see her in Wicked, the Wicked musical. They're going to do a movie just like The Color Purple, based off the musical. Not so don't sit there and say it's a remake of The Wizard of Oz or no, don't no. It is based off the Broadway musical, and she's starring in there, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see that. I know this soundtrack gonna be bumping. But she just released a single a couple of weeks ago called Yes and this isn't her first time doing dance music or EDM s music. This isn't her first time for her first rodeo, but I will say this song is not the strongest in that realm, in that genre. It's cute. It's nice. I know during Pride Fest, when I go to the clubs or when I go to the parade, we gonna hear this track. They gonna be bumping this track. You gonna hear and you gonna get the grooving and shaking and moving. But to me, because I'm an EDM dance music freak, I love this stuff. I love what the European DJs are doing. I love what the American DJs are doing. Um, I to me, they're like neck and neck with Afro beats, in my opinion, when it comes to music nowadays. But I feel like this was a weak um, offering from Ariana. I feel like she kind of sounded a little bit like so, and it's no knock to her, but I'm not trying to shade, but I'm being honest. It sounded like the whisper singing with that Selena Gomez is known for, because Selena Gomez don't have strong vocals like that. And I expected better from Ariana Grande. That's why I say I expected way better, because it's like, girl, you got the vocals. Ariana Grande can imitate perfectly um Celine Dion and Mariah Carey's vocals and octane. Like your vocal cords, she can reach those notes, those hits, those tones, and it felt like she was just whispering through the track. Like I said, it's a good track, it's a good song. You hear it on the radio, you're gonna be jamming and bumping and stuff, but it was like it was like she was sleepwalking while doing this song. She was just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was the production. Maybe she just didn't feel like bellowing or belting out her vocal cords like that. I don't know, but it was okay. It was okay. I will say that it was way better than Jay Christ. So I will say I would give this song, this single, Ariana Grande, and yes, and 8.5 out of 10. It's a great song. It's a good song. I just expected more. It was underwhelming for me because when I hear certain singers drop a song like Ariana Grande, like let's just say Lady Gaga came out of retirement. Well, she's not retired, but she got a Las Vegas residency. But let's just say Lady Gaga came out and decided to give me a song kind of like Summer Walker or something like that. That would throw you off. It would throw you off. Or she will, Lady Gaga will come out and you hear the production. You like, oh shoot, this about to be a hit. This about to be a bop. And then she just whisper sings. And you're like, hmm? Stephanie? Stephanie, what we doing, man? Why are you whispering to me? How come I can barely hear you? What's going on? It just threw me off. It threw me off. I wasn't expecting that from Ariana Grande, but it was a nice track. What I say, 8.5 out of 10. It was good. I recommend it. If you hear it on the radio, great. If you go to these clubs, you might hear. I don't know if my audience is going to the clubs, not type clubs I go to, but it. I will hear. I'm gonna hear it at Pride. I'm gonna hear it at the parade. I'm gonna hear it at the clubs. The gay bees are loving it, but for me, it was odd. Okay, last two singles, and I hate to do this, but oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna shelf Justin Timberlake's single till next week because I don't want this review to go on too long. I do have two albums I want to talk about, and then we gotta also get to the Oscar nominations because Oscars are coming up. If it's not this weekend, it's probably next weekend. I believe the Oscars are before Super Bowl. So either way, it's coming up fast. And so I want to just give a brief talk on my predictions, who I think going to win, and whether the people who were snubbed and not even nominated deserve it in the first place. But these next two singles, what up, Brittany? Thanks for tapping in. These next two singles that I got to talk about are hand in hand because it's a two pack. It's a two pack. It's they're diss tracks to each other. And so I gotta talk about it, y'all. I didn't plan on it because this music episode was planned 2 weeks ago, but my broke foot. But I gotta talk about it. So this Friday, no, not even Friday. I want to say Wednesday or Thursday. Meg the Stallion, yeah, because it was during the week. Meg the Stallion dropped single Hiss. Now y'all know I love Cobra. Cobra was my jam. And so she's continuing on this snake theme and she dropped Hiss. And I'm sorry, y'all, but y'all act like Meg came out being a bully. No, Meg is just retaliating and Meg is just retaliating and because she was the butt of everybody's jokes for the past couple of years. So um she came out and was like, look, I'm sick of y'all talking about me. I'm sick of these jokes on me getting shot. I'm sick of y'all saying I'm lying about getting shot when there was clear proof evidence like pictures and doctor statements. The woman got shot, y'all. She got shot. Like she showed that graphic picture of her foot from the hospital in stitches. Like the woman got shot. It got messed up, but you know, whenever something happens to a black woman, nobody want to believe her. But anyway, so she came out swinging. She came out with Hiss and was going at it on all cylinders, like and let me judge the song based on just the song, because when I first heard it, that's how I heard it, just as the song. And so when I first heard the song Hiss, I was like, oh, Meg what was her alter ego? Tina Snow. Tina Snow is back. Tina Snow is back. She's rapping. She ain't talking about twerking and in the clubs. Now, don't get me wrong, I love her club. You know, hotties. We having a good time. We partying. We uh, drinking and clubbing songs. I love those songs. However, I call them the strip club songs. But however, I love when Meg the Stallion raps where she can rap with just straight bars like these dudes do. It takes me back to all the old all the old school female raps that I love. Shoot, it takes me back to old school Nikki, the woman who she did throw a shot at in this song, but it was justified. When you hear the backstory of their beef and stuff, it was justified. So I'm just saying, straight bars, the production, the sound, the music video, everything was amazing. This song is so good, so fire. I loved it. I think it's probably gonna be, if she's dropping an album this year, I can't wait. I'm so highly anticipated between Cobra and Hiss. I'm like, yes, this is the Meg the Stallion I love. Um, but she did throw some shots at some people, rightfully so, because people were throwing shots at her when she was quiet. You know, after during the Tory Lanez shooting trial and after the trial, Meg was quiet. She said, I'm over it. I'm done. I'm emotionally and mentally exhausted. And everybody, the blogs, the rappers, everybody had something to say. Twitter, they were just bullying her, saying she lied. She's the reason why a black man is in jail, yada, yada, yada. Like, it was crazy. They was talking about, oh, she deserved it because she should not be sleeping with him. And yeah, it was crazy. But it's so, anyways, one of the people who kept talking trash and calling her a liar was Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj had been throwing shots at Meg for a minute, for a long time. Even on her recent album, which I like, Peak Friday 2, it was good. It was a great album. But even on that song, she was throwing shots. I haven't F with horses since Christopher Reeves. Like, she just kept going and going. And it was like, Nikki, you ain't got to do all this. You're a vet. You're a legend. But she wanted to do what she wanted to do. And so Meg came out, and Meg didn't even say no names. Meg didn't say nobody, but she said something that ticked Nikki off. And she said, bees ain't mad at Meg, they mad at Megan's Law. To me, that's better than anything Tupac and Biggie said to each other. To me, that's a way better diss than what 50 Cent did with Ja Rule. Like, anything that Eminem said against anybody he couldn't stand, like, nobody hit like this bar. And this bar was so simple because if you know, you know. Nicki Minaj is surrounded by predators. And for those who don't know, Megan's Law is a law based off a little girl named Megan who was brutally killed, kidnapped, abused. And so Megan's Law is the reason why you sex offenders have to put their names on the registry when they're out of jail. That's why they have the sex, predator registry. So if someone moves next door, you will know, hey, this person was convicted of this. Yeah. So the fact that all Megan said was, y'all not mad at me, y'all just mad at the law. Because Nicki Minaj's husband is on their list. And not only that, and people keep bringing up her husband, but y'all forgot Nicki Minaj's own brother. Her brother also is on their list. Matter of fact, her brother's in jail right now. And during that trial, Nicki stood by her brother's side, even though he abused her niece. So it's like Nicki's loyal to predators she has a loyalty to predators. Like, I'm sorry, Nicki, but your life is surrounded by predators. Your brother and your husband. Like, you not mad at Megan. You mad at the law. Because your husband can't even take your child to school. He can't be within 10 feet of a school. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And everybody's like, oh, Megan lied about getting shot. Megan lied about getting shot. But Nicki is married to a whole sex offender. and she defends him. And like when she first got married to her husband, her and her husband together was cyberbullying his victim online, like bullying her and the Barb's, her fans, even doxed that woman and outed that woman by her name and address. Like, y'all be caping for Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj is a whole villain. She is a villain in real life, not with music, in real life. I'm not gonna knock Nicki. I love Nicki Minaj as far as an artist, as far as a rapper. I can say she was one of the best female rappers, at least top 10. I would give her that. However, in real life, as a human being, she is a whole bully. So that bar was deserved. But then Nicki came out with a diss track back at Meg Friday, and it's called Bigfoot. And let's just say, Nicki took an L. That woman took a big. That song is not even a song. She just kept repeating the same things. You lying on your dead mama. Your dead mama. You lying on your dead mama. Like she just kept repeating that over and over again. Like there was really no verse. There was really no chorus. At least Meg gave us a verse, a chorus, a hook. Shoot, she might have gave us a bridge. I don't know. I was just listening to her rocking. But all Nicki was like, "You're lying on your dead mama. I call you Bigfoot. I call you Bigfoot." It was like, this can't be Roman's Revenge, Nicki Minaj. This can't be uh 2010 Nicki Minaj. This can't be the Nicki Minaj who gave us Monster with Jay-Z and Kanye. This can't be the Nicki Minaj that, you know, that did all those features between 2009 to like 2012, and it was banger after. This can't be the same Nicki Minaj. I don't know who this woman was who dropped Bigfoot. That can't be Nicki. That's not Nicki. No, not dropping Bigfoot. And then at the end of the song, you think the song is over, and she just started whispering. Again, what's with the whispers between Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj? What is with the whispers? She's just started whispering and like putting threats like, "Don't mess with me. I got others." So like it was like a horror film. Like what the hell is going on with this woman? Oh God. Oh God, this was crazy. This was crazy. So for the two singles that were going at each other, Megan the Stallion's hits, I'm just basing it just off the music, not the back and forth, not the outside beef, just the music. If a DJ on my local radio was to play his and play Bigfoot, which one will I change the channel on? Or just cut my radio off altogether? Meg the Stallion gets a 9 out of 10 with me. Nicki Minaj, Bigfoot is a point 0.5. She's not even getting a 4 point out of 10. A 0.5 out of 10. That's how trash that song was. If you don't believe me, go listen to it. Go listen to it. And I'm sorry, and I want to apologize in advance to your ears, because your ears are going to hurt. Your head's going to hurt and your ears are going to hurt. Uh, let me see. Oh, y'all been going at it in the comments. Let me see. Not going at it, but like chatting. Let's see. Brandon see. Oh yeah, what up, Brittany? Thank you for tapping in. I don't know if I spoke to you earlier. Thank you for tapping in. She's irrelevant, but wanna come make a few bucks real quick. Right, Brandon? Right? Facts. I mean, I love a good beef. I love a good beef between rappers because it's been going on since the beginning of hip hop. However, I'm very disappointed that the Nicki Minaj, who has written so many amazing songs, so many amazing diss tracks, like in the past, gave us that. That was just, oh my gosh. And this is Nicki when she writes for herself and no help. Right? I was like, where's Lil Wayne? Where's Lil Wayne? You could have called your bro and had him do a good 6 bars. Like, where's Drake? Drake? Drake, where are you? Y'all let Nicki drop Bigfoot and y'all ain't say nothing. Y'all ain't try to stop her. Oh, you just heard it, girl. Man, Monkey, that whew, it was disappointing. So yeah, Nikki doesn't even get a full point. 1 point. No, she gets a 0.5. That song was trash. Bigfoot was trash. Her ghostwriters was like, nah, this is your beef. Right? Like, and it was unwarranted. A woman gets shot, but y'all caping for Tory Lanez. So y'all for years, for at least 2 or 3 years, kept calling her a liar, calling her a liar, calling her a hoe and all this other stuff. And it's like all Megan had to do was say, "You're not mad at me. You mad at the law. Because your husband can't go nowhere without notifying people. Your brother locked up. Like, you mad at Megan's law." Keisha said it's wild that her fans are citing her having number two as a win. People are listening because they want the tea. Not exactly, Keisha. Yeah, and Nikki was also not just her fans. She was also saying, "Oh, we hit the charts. We hit the charts. We saw this. We did that. eh, We got this many streams." It was like people only listened to it because they wanted to see if you was gonna pop off, and you did not. And then word got out that it was trash, and so people went and go listen because it's trash. Just because you reach number two on the billboards or any charts does not mean it was a good song, because there's a lot of trash songs who's reached the billboards charts. There's a lot of songs who have won Grammys that were trash. So you can't go back. Just because a lot of people listen to it don't mean a lot of people liked it. What's up, Samira? Thanks for tapping in. And I'm sorry, I'll smack the shit out of a Barb and Nikki. Don't say about my mama. And yes, I lost mine. Exactly. Like Nikki kept repeating, you know, that she lied on her dead mother. Like, why? Like, Nikki, you just doing too much. You just doing too much. You hitting way below the belt. And you can't judge or talk. You can't. And then she tried to talk about Meg the Stallion sleeping around with everybody. You can't talk about nobody sleeping around giving your history. But again, you're married to a whole sex offender. You're married to a predator. Like, make it make sense, the hypocrisy of it all. But anyways, that's it for my singles. I do want to talk about an album that when it dropped, I was so highly anticipated. I clicked on that album so fast, especially with the promo. He got us with the promo. He made it seem like it was a real movie coming out based on his life. It was a trailer for the album. Like, he bamboozled all us, but it was a great promo. And that is 21 Savage's American Dream album. 21, 21, 21. I keep telling everybody 21 is that guy. Whenever I look on Spotify and if anybody drops, if I see featuring 21 beside the title, I'm going straight to it. He's one of those dudes. He's one of those younger cats, younger rappers of this generation. It's like, I gotta go hear what he gotta say. Because I love his flows, I love his voice, I love his cadence. And he be talking that stuff. He do. And so when I saw that he dropped an album called American Dream, I went straight to it real fast. And this album, woo, first of all, 21 has done a lot of collaborations with Drake. Like, they did a whole album together. 21 was the reason that album was fire. Like, just like Nicki Minaj, Drake is really losing it. I'm not saying Drake makes bad songs. Like, Drake is still making good songs that I like, but as far as full albums, classic albums, he ain't did that in a long time. To the point to where it's like, Drake, just give me a single once every 3 months and call it a day. Don't even try to attempt a whole album. And when he dropped that collab album with 21, 21 made that album. That album, Her Loss, was a hit because of 21. And was not disappointed with this album. My favorite songs from this album one is already popping because everybody's making reels with the song, and that's Red Rum. That production, that beat, the samples on this album, the samples, whoever 21's producer is, I don't know if it's Metro Boomin or other people, but whoever 21 collabing with as far as making these beats, man, the samples on this album is so fire. It kind of takes me back to old school Kanye or old school Timbaland beats from back in the early 2000s, just things music like that where they'll take an old school song and the way they flip it, the way they repurpose it, it's like I was not expecting that. I wasn't. I wasn't. So when Red Run hit, I was like, okay, okay. Then of course 21 come in with his flows and his raps and stuff, and it's just like yeah, that's that stuff, my guy. Another song I did enjoy a lot is "Prove It" with Summer Walker. Summer Walker is not my favorite of the R&B girls, but when she is featured on and out on a song, it's kind of like SZA. The vocals is just chef's kiss. I can't listen to a Summer Walker album straight through, but when she's featured, she's one of those artists that's great as features. When she's featured, I'm like, okay, okay, I'm rocking with it. And so, Prove It with Summer Walker was great. Pop Your Ish with Young Thug, free Young Thug, Young Thizzle. Man, that man, he is so talented. I love Young Thug. He's one of my favorite rappers out of Atlanta as of recently. And I hate that he's going through this whole Rico trial, but it is what it is. Sometimes rappers can't get out of that thug life, and there's actions to the consequences. But those are my three highlight songs. Those are the songs I've been listening to on repeat. But 21 song is like almost perfect from start to finish. It is amazing. And the fact that he gave me a lot of 4-minute songs, 3-minute songs, you already won in my book. But I would say so far, we're only in January. No, it's February now. We're only in February. We still got a ways to go, but I will say right now, 21 Savage American Dream is my favorite hip hop record of 2024 right now. Again, some other people might come out and knock it down a peg because this is just February, but right now, this is my favorite rap album of the year. And it's probably going to be top 10. I love it. It's amazing. I'm giving this a 10 out of 10 uh stars. If you have not heard 21's American Dream, please do. Don't just go by Red Rum being on everybody's reels and Snapchats or stories. I mean, I'm still trying to figure. I'm gonna throw that track on one of my reels eventually, just because it's such a dope beat. But it's great. That whole album is great from start to finish. The title track, American Dream, the very first thing is great. I think it's his mom talking in the beginning. Great. It's amazing. I loved it. And I will say I was gonna review this album, but to be honest, I took it off the docket because I didn't finish the album. I was so disappointed in this album, and this is one of my favorite rappers of all time. One of my favorites of all time, especially this generation. But I was so disappointed with this. It's and I hate to say it, but Kid Cudi dropped an album Insano. Big disappointment. Big disappointment. I'm heartbroken that I have to say Kid Cudi dropped an album that I did not like, that I could not mesh with, and I didn't even finish it. But if you have not won me by the fifth song, it's time to hang it up. So I'm not going to even give it a rating at all. I just want to say Kid Cudi dropped an album last week called Insano, and I was not happy. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because I love Kid Cudi, man. But I think he needs to go back to the drawing board. I think he does. That album was not good. Oh my gosh, my owl senses are tingling. Pause. My owl senses are tingling. Is that caw caw? My brother Wiz, good morning. Thank you for tapping in. Ah, Maki said caw, damn it. Oh gosh, that's funny. Thank you for tapping in, Wiz. Love you, brother. Wiz was also on Hair Down Fridays last night, with Keys and the crew. Great conversations, especially the last 3 hours, because that was a 6 hour podcast. But it was dope. It was, and Wiz podcast tonight, Sophisticated Ignorance. Please tap in and watch that after you watch us. Well, after you watch Stan's auction on Celtic balls, continue the night party and go to Sophisticated Ignorance tonight. I believe it's 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so yeah, so that's most of the music I want to talk about this week. Again, I will discuss Justin Timberlake um, next week. His single he dropped, and oh, and Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton last year in December dropped Rockstar, where she, and I touched on it in a previous episode, where uh she came out with a rock album where she's singing a lot of classic rock songs. And if the rock and roll artist that she music that she sang was still living, she featured them as well. So a lot of stuff like Stevie Nicks came back into the studio and re-recorded a song with her, and a bunch of other people. It was that song is that album is amazing. I am a Dolly Parton stan, and Dolly did amazing. Um, a lot of people's on this album. Well, last week she dropped the deluxe where it was four more songs. Yeah, four more songs. So she sang Bridge Over Troubled Water, The Entertainer, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, and Stay Out My Bedroom. Yeah. First of all, Dolly gave us a rock album, and at first it was just 35 songs. This woman added four more songs. It's 39. This album, y'all. Let me go back to the album itself is 2 hours and 57 minutes of music. I love it. I love it. I can't complain. My my butt is happy. My I'm full. My heart is full. As a rock and roll fan and as a Dolly Parton fan, my heart is full. So if you have not heard Rockstar by Dolly Parton, go back and listen. Great, great album. Dolly did her thing. And I like Rock Dolly. I do. I like her as a rock star instead of a country star. But it was a great, great album and a great deluxe. I love the additional songs. But yeah, but I've already rated that album last year when it dropped, so I'm not gonna uh stay on there too long. Let's go ahead and shift gears to my second topic of the day before we get up out of here. And that is, doggone it, I didn't even hold on. I didn't even put the title in. I'm slacking. And that is the Oscar nominations for this year, 2024. So the Oscar nominations dropped. Oh, and earlier I said I did not know when the Oscars was coming out live on TV. And Dundee put in the comments, thank you, Dundee. It's March 10th. So I appreciate you um, for dropping it in the comments earlier in the podcast. It's March 10th is when it's going to be live. But they've already told us who was nominated. And I just want to give just highlight a few categories. I'm not going to do the entire list because this podcast will be as long as the Oscars show itself. But I'm just going to do the main three categories or four categories. Sorry. Um, and then tell y'all who I think is going to win, who I want to. Sometimes it's not the same thing who you think about the big controversy in quotations of the people who were snubbed this year. Um, So let me pull my list up. Okay, there we go. So the main categories that I want to discuss only is the best picture. That's the biggest one. That's the last award of the night. Best actor, best actress, uh, and we're gonna do best supporting actor, actress, and director. So that's six, I believe. Best actress, best supporting. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yes, and best director. Okay. So those are the big awards, the huge awards. Now, me personally, I watch the awards because I want to see who's who won best cinematography, who won best costuming. I like the behind the scenes crew better than the people you always see on TV. However, this is what everybody's been talking about. So, best picture, the nominations for best picture, and I have my list up, is American Fiction, Anatomy of the Fall, Barbie. That was surprising to me. The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, and Oppenheimer. Now, me personally, because I watch, oh, and Past Lives. Sorry, Past Lives. Now, me personally, doggone it, I'm sorry. They added a lot in Best Picture this year. Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and Zone of Interest. Okay, so those are the what, eight, nine nominees for Best Picture. This is the best movie of the year. I've seen three of these. I've seen at least three of them. Um, and I will say that I'm shocked Barbie was thrown in there. And I honestly, to be honest, I think as good as Barbie was, it's not an Oscar movie in my opinion. And I know I'm going to be the Lone Ranger in this, but it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I had a great time, but it's not Oscar. When you think the Oscars is not that, the rest of these on here on this list, they are Oscar movies. Some of them a little too Oscar baity movies. But um, so I will say who I want to win and who I think is going to win because usually who I want to win never wins. I think only a few people won Oscar for Best Picture that I actually wanted to win, like when Moonlight came out, when that movie came out, I wanted them to win and they actually won. So that was shocking to me. But usually when I watch the Oscars, what I want to win never wins. So who I want to win, I want Poor Things to win. It is a comedy starring Emma Stone, which is why I wore this Corella t-shirt on this podcast. I am an Emma Stone fiend. And she was great. She was amazing in Poor Things. I watched that film and it was so funny. It was so great. It was a great little comedy. It's weird. It's one of them weird movies. I'm gonna be honest with you. So if you don't like weird things like Tim Burton S type movies, you might not feel it, but for me and my taste, I loved it. I had a great time watching that. So I want Poor Things to win. Who's gonna win? The Oscars love Martin Scorsese. They do. They love Martin Scorsese. I think they're going to give it to Killers of the Flower Moon. If they don't give it to Killers of the Flower Moon, if they don't give it to Martin Scorsese, they're going to give it to Oppenheimer. Either way, the whitest of the white films, the most European Caucasian films, are going to be the winners. So, even though I think all of these are white films, honestly, yeah, none of these movies starring people of color. Nope. Yeah. So no, American Fiction. Yeah, American Fiction was a black film, and it was great. I love American Fiction too. It was good. So I seen four movies on this list. But the Oscars they're going to give it to Oppenheimer or Killers of the Flower Moon for Best Picture. But I hope I'm rooting for Poor Things. Okay, so Best Actor is Bradley Cooper with Maestro, Coleman Domingo for Rustin. That's the Netflix movie. Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Killian Murphy for Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. Who I want to win, who I think deserves it, is Coleman Domingo and Rustin. However, it's going to go to Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. It is. I'm just, if it goes to any other person on this list, it's going to be a shocker. And people are going to be like, what the heck? It's going to Cillian. Oppenheimer was a big movie financial wise. It's one of those Oscar bait movies. It's a war movie. It's based off a war film, and a real man. It's just the writing's on the wall. They're going to give it to him. But I'm not mad at whoever wins on Best Actor. I have no stake in the game, but I would be over the moon if Coleman Domingo won that. Best Actress. Best Actress. Is Annette Bening for Naiad. I did not see that film, so I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I know whether she deserved that nomination or not. Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Muller for Anatomy of a Fall. Carrie Mulligan for Maestro. Emma Stone for Poor Things. Y'all already know I want my girl to win. Um, I love Emma Stone and I love the movie Poor Things, but if we're talking Oscars, if we're talking Oscars, they're going to either give it. This one's tough because when it comes to Best Actress, they be on their bull. They really do. I wouldn't be upset if Lily Gladstone won because she will make history as being the very first Native American woman to ever win in that category. But I feel like the Oscars are gonna be on their BS and not even give it to her. I think they're gonna either give it to Sandra Muller for Anatomy of the Fall or Carrie Mulligan for Maestro. I feel like when it comes to this category, they are going to. If they give it to Lily Gladstone, it's only because she played in a Martin Scorsese film and they wanted to please Martin Scorsese. That's the only reason. Or they'll do it because they really want brownie points for, yes, we gave the award to a Native American woman. Now, don't get me wrong, Lily Gladstone killed that role. Lily Gladstone made that film. That film was like 4 hours long, and I was feeling those 4 hours. But her character, I loved her character, and she deserved it. But I feel like the intentions that the Oscars, the higher ups, I feel like the intention of giving her that award will not be because of her talent. It will only be because they want brownie points. And that is sad to say. That is really sad to say. Or they won't give it to her because they know it will spark controversy, ratings. People will talk about it. People will Twitter and go ham on their social media because, again, bad pub, bad of social media presence is just as good. Bad attention is just as good attentions. But I digress. Best Actress is so up in the air. They could either be on some BS for good or be on some BS for bad. So we'll see. We'll see. My heart says Emma Stone. I will be happy if Lily Gladstone won. But even if Lily Gladstone won, unfortunately, it's only because the Oscars want some brownie points and they don't want us to go ham on them like we did when they didn't give it to Angela Bassett last year. So it is what it is. Let's see. So, best. Okay, now best supporting actor is Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. Now, I love all these men, and I will not be upset if any of them won Best Supporting. Who I wish will win is Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction. Who I know is going to win, it's going to either be Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon, or Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. It's just the writings are on the wall. Either Oppenheimer going to take home everything, or Killers of the Flower Moon is going to take up everything, or majority of the awards. Um, it is what it is. They're gonna take over. They already took over the nominations. They're gonna take over as far as winning go. But me personally, as far as the movies I've seen and the performances, and I love all these men. I'm not upset if any of them won, but the writings on the wall is going to be Robert De Niro or Robert Downey Jr. Best Supporting Actress, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, America Ferrera for Barbie, Jodie Foster for Nyad, and Divine Joy Randolph, for The Holdovers. Y'all, if Danielle Brooks don't win for The Color Purple, I'm right. It's a riot. It is. It's a riot. I know that they're going to give it to Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, but Danielle Brooks deserved that best supporting actress win. She was great for The Color Purple, and this is the only nomination that The Color Purple got. Like, they better give it to Danielle Brooks. I'm a riot if they don't. And lastly, best director. Oops, lost my list. Where'd it go? Okay, there we go. Lastly, best director. Now, these are the head honchos. These are the people who these movies to life. These are, and some of them even written and created the movies. You know, they weren't just directors, but they were producers or writers. But these are the big wigs who was in charge of these films. And there's Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest, Yorgos Lanthimos, I probably say his name wrong. I apologize, for Poor Things, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, Justin Triet for Anatomy of the Fall. I've seen 3 out of these movies. I want Yorgos Lanthimos to win for Poor Things because I really love that film. I really do love it. But Christopher Nolan is going to take it home for Poor Things or Martin Scorsese. Now, I would have said Martin Scorsese was going to win for sure for Killers of the Flower Moon. However, the Oscars have snubbed him before. Yes, he is an Oscar darling. Yes, everybody loves Martin Scorsese, but they even have snubbed him. They don't snub Christopher Nolan. They love Christopher Nolan. They are fanboys of Christopher Nolan. So I feel like best director, he's going to go home with it. But if he doesn't, it's definitely going to be Martin with Killers of the Flower Moon. But I'm rooting for Poor Things. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm rooting for Poor Things. I want everybody who's involved in Poor Things to win. But because it was just a good comedy. It was a great movie and I loved it. But I I've watched the Oscars so long that I know what's going to happen. And if anybody win outside of Oppenheimer and Killers of the Flower Moon, I will be shocked. I'm so confident that what I'm saying is going to happening that I might not even watch the Oscars. I'm just going to go to bed that night and wake up and look on Twitter and see who won, because it's like I already know. Why should I go through the struggle of watching the show when I know Christopher Nolan and Martin Scorsese gonna go home with everything? What's the point? This just gonna be a Nolan Scorsese fanfare. So, but those are just my opinions. Let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. I done neglected y'all in the chats. Oh, sorry, y'all. What up? What up? What up? Samira, thank you for tapping in. Recruit, Lord mercy. Y'all crazy. Ryan Gosling was great in Barbie. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so here it is. Here it is. And Samira kind of touched on it. I think Barbie is nominated because of the current politics. Here it is. Oh yeah, Samira. Lisa Ray was not. I mean, not Lisa. Issa Rae was not going to get nominated. First of all, they did not want to nominate anybody for American Fiction, but because American Fiction was so good and it got the box office numbers, they had no choice but to. But yeah, because it's a lot of people on their cast who should have been nominated, but they wasn't. But um, let's touch on this because this is the controversy I wanted to touch on. Everybody was mad because they felt like Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie were snubbed for Best Director and Best Actress for Barbie. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And I hate to be that person. I hate because I love Barbie. It's not an Oscar film. It's not an Oscar film. It does not deserve an Oscar at all. Greta Gerwig is great as a director. I love all her previous films, but this ain't it. She should have been nominated for past stuff. Margot is amazing. I love Margot. I love everything Margot's in. She is the um Harley Quinn. You know, Margot is amazing. Everything she in, she exudes comedy. She got that in the bag. Even in dramatic films, she's done dramatic films before. She is great, but Barbie just ain't Oscars. Barbie is the movie that's gonna win Kids Choice Awards. Barbie is the movie uh that's gonna win the the VH1 awards and things like that, and MTV award movie awards, things like that. Barbie is not Oscars. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't think that they were snubbed. I think, and to be quite honest, I love Ryan Gosling, but he didn't deserve Best Actor or Supporting Actor, whatever. Like, I'm sorry. It's just they should not have been in none of these categories. Um, but that's just my opinion. You may not agree, but I don't think they got snubbed. And there was a movie that was also heavily nominated. I said it a couple of times. Zone of Interest. Zone of Interest. If we talking about politics, that thing is only nominated because it's a Holocaust movie. That movie put me to sleep. I tried to watch it, y'all. That movie was so boring. The acting was subpar. It was okay, but because it was a Holocaust movie, because it's based off a family who runs a Nazi internment camp, and it's basically following the lives of the wife, being a stay-at-home mom, living in the house and being homemaker with the concentration camp right next door of their house. It was like, I don't know. I don't think that my I don't think that movie deserved anything, honestly. I think it was only nominated because it was a Holocaust film. Just like I'm sick and tired of watching slave films and black struggle films and films of us getting our butts beats, I'm tired of Holocaust movies. Jewish people have more than just the Holocaust. Jewish people have more, there are more stories to be told for people from the Jewish communities than the Holocaust, just like there are more stories to be told from Black people than slave movies. But that's all they get rewards. If you make a Holocaust movie, you're guaranteed to be nominated. If you make a slave movie, you're guaranteed to be nominated. It's like, I don't know. It's annoying. It's annoying. I did watch it. I did watch Zone of Interest, and it does not deserve nominations at all. Sorry. And if I offend you, it's only because if I offend you, I don't mean it, but it's just like we've seen this time and time again. They only reward the struggle films. They never want to reward the fun, good times. They never want to reward. If they rewarded more movies like Barbie in the past, then I would say Barbie deserves the nominations, but they never do. They never do. Like Samira pointed at, it's all because of politics. It's all because of women empowerment. They're not going to win. They're the nominations that Barbie did get was just throwing them a bone. Like, hey, y'all were the number one movie of the year. Y'all made this amount of money in the box office. Y'all made this amount of money in digital sales. We're just throwing you a bone just so women can be happy. Just like they do that for Black people. We're just throwing you a bone. Hey, we nominated Angela Bassett for Black Panther, but she's not going to win. And then we'll come back next year and give her an honorary Oscar. Like, it's bullshit. But anyways, let me not go on that rant. Let me not go on that rant. No, I'm just tired of struggle movies. And struggle movies getting rewards or getting nominated just because of the topic and not because the movie is good. That movie's not good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That movie's not good. Zone of Interest was boring. Like, if I want to watch a Holocaust movie, I'll watch Schindler's List or something. At least they got some emotion out of me with that one. Margot was I. She didn't blow me away, but I love it. Yeah, yeah. It was Margot has had better roles. Even in Oscar bait movies, even like drama, she has had better roles. Yeah, Holocaust and slavery, automatic nomination. You may not win, but you are getting nominated. Yeah. But that was just my thoughts. Again, the Oscars coming out March 10th. So we will see if what I predicted reigns true. If Poor Things win anything, I'm gonna be shocked, but I'll be happy. But because that was just my favorite one out of all these categories. But it is what it is. We'll see on March 10th when the Oscars premiere. And then of course we have the NAACP awards that they dropped their nominations as well. I'm rooting for everybody black, so I don't care who wins those nominations because everybody was great. The Color Purple took over the nominations. It was. I can't wait. I'm watching that. I'm watching the NAACP awards. Um, of course, we gotta watch the Grammys. I gotta watch the Grammys and talk about that when it premieres. Um, and I was gonna do a Grammy breakdown of the nominations, but that's just way too much and way too big because is the Grammys is it's all the music. It's not just one genre. And so it would take forever for me to break down who I think will win in what category. I do think Taylor Swift's going to take home more than everybody else, but that's just because the Grammys just love Taylor Swift and the NFL loves Taylor Swift and everybody loves Taylor Swift. So I feel like whatever she's nominated in, she's probably going to win. She's probably going to win for stuff she ain't nominated in. They probably gonna give her an EDM award, and even though she don't make EDM music, but I'm just saying. Was Issa nominated? No, Issa was not nominated. No, the only people who were nominated for that film, American Dream, was Sterling K. Brown and just said his name because he's nominated for best actor. The main guy. I just said his name. I'm fired. Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright. Yeah. Those are the only two nominations. Nope. For that film as a whole. But American Fiction was great. It was a great movie too. It was a great comedy. But if I had to pick between American Fiction and Poor Things, as far as comedy category, it would be Poor Things first. But it was a great film. I enjoyed it. I loved it. Uh, but yeah, that is it for this episode, y'all. We did it. We did it even with my broke foot. I'm sitting here with my foot propped up on my broke leg and my cast on, but we did it. Another great episode. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much again. This afternoon, Lady Tiz Exotics. She has reptiles and cocktails, and then later on this evening, Celtic Balls will have a special auction for Stan. From Sea of Serpents. So please tip into that. And then, of course, Wiz Constrictors with Sophisticated Ignorance. Later on this evening, hopefully I can hop on with them if I'm not asleep by now. Because we have a birthday party to go to this afternoon for my niece. And I feel like they're going to run me ragged. And I'm probably going to come and pass out. But if not, if I'm still up, I will tap in with them on the live, hopefully. But it's going to be a great, great time. There's so many podcasts out all day today. So tap in, support one another, tune in to everybody's shows. Of course, we have my crew, the Wild Bunch, aka the Shenanigans, uh, with Beyond the Skills podcast Tuesdays on Rock on Reptiles channel. And of course, y'all come back here every Saturday, 9 a.m. for Snake Cinema Podcast. Again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in and indulging in my music and movie fandoms every morning, every Saturday morning, where I can just geek out about the entertainment that I love. You better not run ragged on that one. I know, right? No, I got my little knee scooter, so they're gonna run me ragged on that scooter, just running ragged. But it's gonna be a fun time. Celebrate my niece's birthday. But anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all tonight. If I'm not on camera, at least I'll be in the chats, in the chitter chats, talking to y'all tonight on both Stan's podcast auction, as well as Wiz Constrictor Sophisticated Ignorance, and also Lady T is at noon, her podcast. So I will talk to y'all in the chitty chats. I will see y'all later. This has been Snake Cinema Reviews. I'm your host, Prince Elias. Go Emma Stone. I hope you win for the Oscars. But if not, patriarchy. Anyways, I love y'all. Peace. We out.